Ms. Chatters, just want to make sure I understand that. So including that language would omit the parent from knowing that that conversation is taking place until after the fact? If the child should choose to go home and reach out to their parent? I just want to make sure I understand how that works.
I also have concern about that. The language is that it may, and I don't know if it's just talking about gender, that it would possibly be discriminatory or in some way not universal. I don't know. I would want to look. I would want to have
universal in the who it applies to.
Right.
In the transgender, who would apply to in the transgender policy, or who? Okay, I'm gonna come back to that one. Let me try to answer Mr. Paranto's. The essence of doing the and part, the together, that was part of the together. So the counselor and the child, hey, here are some techniques to having hard conversations. Do you want me to be on the phone with you? Do you want me to invite them in and we all can talk about it together? It's part of getting the child to be comfortable enough to have that conversation with the parent, but arming the child with the skills to try to have that conversation instead of forcing the conversation. I'm sorry, if that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you. It makes sense. So if the child were to say, no, I don't want to have this conversation with home, then the parent's not informed that the child was wanting to have that conversation with the school. Is that correct?
So we're going to play out this scenario. So if the child tells the counselor, I'm not comfortable having that conversation, the counselor would more than likely say, is there a reason why you're not comfortable having that conversation? And the child can say, well, my parents would kick me out, or something is going to happen to me. I don't feel safe. Then it would trigger the Virginia code that lets them protect the child from being outed. But in order to find out if the child needs to be protected from being outed, it has to start somewhere. And that language gives them an opportunity to figure out, is it okay to bring in your family, or is it not okay to bring in your family?
I think that's accomplished with the and between student and parent.
And that's fine.
Without getting too sticky. I mean, it's lovely language.